Manifestation is really, really simple, but you may still be stuck when it comes to manifesting something specific, or maybe you're stuck in a pattern that keeps repeating, or maybe every time you manifest something massive into your life that you're so grateful to finally receive, it disappears again, it goes away again, or maybe you're scared that it will. Today we're going to talk about how to make your manifestation last. Hello my loves, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Lorena, I'm a somatic self-concept and manifestation coach, and I support women to change their self-concept, embody a new state of being sustainably, so that you can manifest anything that you desire in your life and make it last. We're essentially bridging the gap between who you currently are or perceive yourself to be and who you desire to be or become. If you like this type of content, then please do subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. It means the world to me. If you like this specific video, then do leave a like or share it with a friend. And I also invite you to check out the links in the description box below, because there you can find a bunch of free resources for you to dive into, whether you are new on your self-concept and manifestation journey, or whether you have been trying this for a long time and you want to find a way that really clicks into place where you can make it last and experience the success that you desire. And if you want to dive deeper and you want to work with me, you want to be coached by me, then you can have a look at my signature coaching program, Recreate Yourself, which is also linked in the description box below. And if you have any questions about anything at all, then please send me a DM on Instagram. I love hearing from you. When you have some success with your manifestations, that can look like you manifest the small things, or you get partial results, or it comes close but doesn't quite get there, or you do receive it but it disappears again. It usually means that whilst you've been applying different techniques and you've been trying to get into a certain state of being, your self-concept hasn't truly changed as much as it needs to align with that reality that you truly want to manifest and keep. So you may stay a bit more basic in what you're doing. You may do different techniques or modalities, but it's a bit all over the place, or you're just not quite getting to the root that makes it truly click. And the thing is, when you follow the techniques that you may find online or that somebody teaches you, you may actually get what you want, but it doesn't guarantee you that that will actually last, that you can maintain this, that it will stick around, unless you do the following. Let's talk about it. Number one, create the foundation in your self-concept. Changing your self-concept is not just changing the way you think about yourself. It's not just something that you can do by changing your thoughts about yourself. It's also not just done through changing your habits or your actions. These are all elements and complementary tools, but what you really need is the foundational aspects. I always say that my approach, the method that I teach, is different from others because it's such an intentional process. It's a process that naturally and automatically changes your self-concept, because you don't have to constantly try and maintain anything when you have the foundation in your self-concept. When the foundation is right, your self-concept changes naturally, and you also won't go back from it. It will be integrated within you. It will be who you have become. It's what makes your new identity stick. It will only change when you choose to expand your potential even further. And it makes your desires, your manifestations last. It makes them sustainable. Secondly, have a clear vision. As I just said, your self-concept manifests your reality very naturally, very automatically. But what I also often see in people is a lack of clarity on their desires. Now, you may not think that you have a lack of clarity. Actually, no woman who comes to me usually thinks that their vision is unclear. They all usually come to me with very clear desires and visions. Not everyone, but most of them. But then when we dive deeper, things start to change, or more comes through, or there's so much more clarity that comes forward. Because when your vision is not crystal clear, when there is vagueness and doubt, doubt in whether you deserve it, whether it's possible, whether it's even a true desire or just something that's coming from your ego or from somebody else. When there's vagueness, you get vague results. Now, the amazing thing is, coming back to your self-concept can do the work for you. Because when you are fully embodied in your new self-concept, your authentic, true desires will naturally rise to the surface and they will naturally manifest. You don't need to think about it too much then. So the questions will disappear, the doubt will disappear, and it will not only become clear to you, but it will also manifest with a lot more ease. Thirdly, break deep-rooted patterns. Often when manifestations either come through partially or in vague ways, or they almost reach you, you can almost touch them, but it's not quite here, or they come in and they disappear again, it's because there's some very persistent patterns in your consciousness or in your subconscious. So this can manifest, for example, as you getting the relationship that you want, but you still feel fearful like you did when you were just dating this person casually. Or whilst now having the commitment that you wanted, your partner isn't fully emotionally available, or they end up cheating on you, or something happens that breaks it apart. So it's possible to manifest the external result, but then still not feel good in it or not having it last. And that happens when the patterns at the core have not yet been broken. So it's one of the most important things, and it's where I see a lot of people get blocked. Face your fears. This is an important one. This is so important that I'm actually going to create a whole new video on this. But just to give you a little insight, what you resist persists. Simple. When you don't face your fears, they are much more likely to manifest. So because I'm doing a whole separate video on this, I will not go deeper into it now, but you have to face your fears. Don't ignore them, don't deny them. They will show themselves if you don't face them. Follow a sustainable method. Don't fall for the quick fixes. Quick fix approaches give short-lived results. If you do it fast, it probably doesn't last. That was not meant to rhyme, but it did. Now, I obviously can't speak for everything you see online in terms of success stories you see in Facebook groups and things like that. But having worked with so many clients, hundreds of clients over the years, and having made that experience in the beginning of my manifestation journey too, when you see a success story in a Facebook group or as a YouTube comment that is too good to be true, that's like, oh, I only did this for 3 weeks, I only did this meditation for 3 weeks and then it happened, then my manifestation came. From experience and observation, I can tell you that most of the time, most likely, that may have happened, but it also usually means that it didn't last. Yeah, you got the text, but did you get the relationship? And if you did it last? Do you feel good in it? Do you feel chosen in it? Yeah, you got the pay rise, but suddenly you find out it comes with a ton of conditions that you weren't informed about before. Things like that. When you opt for a quick fix, like doing X meditation for X amount of days or some fast track solution to getting your manifestation in a few weeks, you're either going to get super frustrated when it doesn't work, because often it doesn't, or if it does, it's very likely that it won't stay. So in my world, you only get a very sustainable approach. It may take longer. That's why I only offer long-term coaching, because it's only for the women who are truly committed and serious about making these changes in their lives. They are really willing to put in the work to get these long-lasting results, and they are so passionate about the desires that they have. It's why my process is so intentional and really builds upon each other, so that the transformation integrates within you, the changes integrate within you. You naturally become a new version of you. Your self-concept naturally shifts without you needing to do anything. But it's not a fast-track process. It's not a fast-track process, but that also means that you do not get short-lived results. 6, keep it up. There are always deeper layers to uncover. If you think you're done, you're not. A mistake that I sometimes see in women is that they get their manifestation and then you start slipping up on your self-concept work, which to me is a sign that either they never had a profound enough shift in their self-concept in the first place, because the thing is, when you do, your need for external validation and your attachment to external results dissolves. Or they just didn't take it seriously because the work is never over. That's another reason why I'm such a big fan of long-term coaching, because it always continues, and having that ongoing accountability is extremely useful. The moment you slack, your results will begin to slack too. Let me know in the comments, have you manifested something that only came through partially or that ultimately didn't last? Did that happen to you? If so, feel free to share below or DM me with your experience, and I'll see you in next week's video.